people ask all the time, like, how would you get people started fly fishing? And I guess you just got to get kids fishing when they're young. I'm not saying you can't pick up an interest in fishing as you get a little older, adolescent, young adult, shoot, even late adulthood. But I feel like the people who get really passionate about it, most often, not always, but most often, start when they're really young and just become super interested. So the thing I would say is, even if you're not a young kid, you want to get started, just start going fishing. And fish by yourself. If you can have the luxury of fishing with a guide, that's great. Fish with buddies, just fish. And know that you should learn as much from times you miss a fish or don't catch anything or lose a fish as you do from all the times you have a great time and it's a very successful day. I saw a video, it's been a while back, social media is the rage, right? And I have 2 young teenage kids, and so they're always showing me videos on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Dad, look at this. Dad, look at that. Well, so nowadays I find myself scrolling sometimes, and I saw a Michael Jordan video. And his message is like, he feels like he's made it too easy for people to think that he's as good as he is because he's just that good. And he talks about how nobody sees all the work he's put in behind the scenes, and nobody's seen the times that, no one remembers the shots he's missed to win the game, where he missed the shot and lost the game. But that's what it takes. Whether it's fishing or golfing or skiing or basketball or team roping, any event or sport you might be into, is you just got to put the time in. And I think when you do put the time in and you start to develop some skill and just that repetition and that muscle memory buildup, those things combined with the passion for the sport is what leads to people being just, being a lifelong love. So I would tell people that are just beginners, just jump in, both feet, even if you have to pick up a rod you bought at a garage sale to get started. You don't need, a $1,000 rod and then $1,200 reel, and you don't need any of that to get started. You might want to get that stuff someday if you really get into it and you got the extra income. But if you don't, you can be just as passionate about fly fishing as the guy who uses the garage sale rod every time he goes. I think it's something that you got to get into and just start developing your skills. And we alluded to this a little bit yesterday. You're never going to have it dialed or locked anyway. So you might think you do. I've known guys that have fished their entire lives from the time they were a young child until some of them are now gone. And they would tell you too, you're always going to be learning.